Hi guys! Today I'm going to talk to you about the new Prime Video series, Sausage Party Foodtopia. Now, this comes out on July 11th, and if you enjoyed the Sausage Party film, you are going to like Sausage Party Foodtopia. It is very similar vibes. We've got ridiculous humor, we've got silly puns, we've got cheesy jokes, and we've got a lot of X-rated food situations going on. So again, very similar to the movie. Now, this story picks up just as the war against the humans, is ending, and the food is ready to build this utopia in this leftover world. But they quickly realize that they don't actually know much about this world. Like, for example, there is a rainstorm, and as you know, with soft foods like breads and donuts, maybe they don't exactly hold up well against the rain. So this feels, very jarring and upsetting for them. It's like a massacre. It's crazy. It's a great scene, by the way. But, they start to realize we don't really know much about this world. And so then there's also like birds come into play a little later on in the season. So listen, they realize they need help, okay? But Brenda and Frank, who are voiced by, of course, Seth Rogen and Kristen Wiig, they come back in to voice these roles. They decide that it is best to kind of capture this Humie, which is Will Forte. His name is Jack in this. Will Forte is my favorite addition to the cast, although Sam Richardson as Julius is pretty darn fantastic too. They're both incredible. They're both extremely talented. I love seeing them in this series. But Jack, again, voiced by Will Forte, they kind of capture him and they need him to give them advice and answer questions, right? What is that stuff falling from the sky? How do we get rid of these flying things that are trying to eat us? Like, what's happening? And then really the heart of this, and of course I should say Frank and Brenda are keeping it from everyone. Barry, who's voiced by Michael Cera, they're keeping it from the food because, these were their oppressors. Like, should they be keeping him? Should they not be keeping him? Of course, Jack has to eat. So, what happens there? So there's a lot of stuff that kind of dives into the question of, morality, right? And, sacrificing your morals for the greater good, lying to your friends. When is it okay to lie? When is it okay to hide things? Is, lying by omission really lying? There's a lot happening here. Not to mention people like Barry and Sammy, right? Who's Edward Norton comes back. But, what do you do after this great big thing that you've done, right? They're both kind of trying to find themselves, as are a lot of people in Foodtopia, we'll call it, right? They've been spending all their time being alive and fighting the humans. And so what do they do now, right? What do they do with their lives? So they're going through these kind of existential crises. And it's interesting. And there's some parts that are very, very funny. Again, if you love the film, you're probably going to love this. If you're mediocre on the film, you're probably going to be mediocre on this. And if you hated the film, you're probably going to hate this. I am very middle of the road on the film. I think it has great parts. I think sometimes it goes over the top. I think sometimes it's corny and cheesy and ridiculous, and I wasn't a fan of it certain moments. And I think that's kind of how I feel about the series too. Although, I will say, getting to spend 8 episodes with these characters and really start diving into stuff that's not just the X-rated stuff, and really leaning into some silly, ridiculous humor, which, listen, I love some silly, ridiculous humor sometimes. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. Again, I thought the movie was meh. This, I'm yeah, I would recommend it. I think it was fun, especially as we get towards the end. There's a lot happening here. So, listen, it comes out on Prime Video July 11th. I say check it out. Even if you hated the film, check out the first 2 episodes. So the first episode is very heavily the X-rated stuff, the raunchy stuff, which of course is sprinkled throughout the season, and that's exactly what it's Sausage Party, guys. It's called Sausage Party, so I don't know what you expect. But there's not as much of that, and when you get to explore the other stuff with these characters is when I really started to like it a lot more. And Julius, like I said, is a lot of fun, and Jack is a lot of fun. I love Will Forte. I love Sam Richardson. They're great additions, and this cast is just extremely talented. So I don't know. You guys let me know if you're excited for Sausage Party Foodtopia down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. If by the time you got to this review, you've already seen Sausage Party Foodtopia, let me know what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you guys can check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks. I'll see you next time.